the majestic Colorado River. It begins its nearly 1,500-mile journey in the melting snow-capped Rocky Mountains in northern Colorado and flows through the southwestern deserts, ending its spectacular voyage in Mexico's Gulf of California. In its millions of years of life, it has created the Grand Canyon, powered dams that have lighted western cities, provided early settlers a means of transportation, irrigated crops that fed millions of Americans, and provided the backdrop for the nation's newest and most exciting resort area, Laughlin, Nevada. Hello, I'm Don Howard.
And I'm Angela Stoker, and we want to welcome you to Laughlin.
Since you're already here, you've already seen the beautiful Colorado River and the sparkling hotels and casinos. Now we'd like to fill you in on some of the things you might not have seen or heard about as yet.
We've got some history, some hidden treasures, and some hot tips to make your stay here really special.
So stay tuned and enjoy the Laughlin experience.
What an exciting place this is. People flock here from all over the world.
Now, you may think this is a recent phenomenon, but you're wrong. It's been happening for 10,000 years.
10,000 years, you say? But they didn't have slot machines back then.
Well, they did have one thing that brought people to this place a long time ago. The Colorado River, our constant companion.
Prehistoric Indians lived here in 9000 BC. They were the ancestors of the Mojave tribe who were living along the Colorado River when Spanish explorers arrived in the 1600s.
Early prospectors arrived in the 1850s. Around the same time, boats began taking passengers and cargo up the river, some as far as from Yuma all the way to Utah and everywhere in between.
The Colorado became a virtual water highway of commerce with powerful steamboats serving as semi-trucks of yesterday.
Gold and silver were discovered by prospectors in the 1870s, and along with the mining companies came the enterprising businessmen to provide places for miners to unload their hard-earned wages. One mine, the Catherine, operated until the start of World War II. The entrance to this mine has been recreated at the Colorado River Museum.
Davis Dam, just north of Laughlin, was started in 1942 and completed in 1953. It created Lake Mojave.
The resort area began in 1966 when a Minnesota native named Don Laughlin bought a bankrupt 8-room motel on the river. Today, it has progressed to this. Laughlin's first resort is Don Laughlin's friendly Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino. This luxury spot on the Colorado, with its gleaming new tower, boasts 1,000 rooms and suites, plus an 830-space full hookup RV park. Don's Celebrity Theater hosts top-name entertainment, and the Western Dance Hall and Losers Lounge provide plenty of excitement. The Riverside is also home to Don's classic car collection, 6 movie theaters, and the world-famous Watchman outlet store with over 5,000 watches for sale. And that was only the beginning.
Let's take a look at the other hotel casinos that make up a part of America's newest and most exciting resort area.
Next on the river is the newest hotel casino, the spectacular Flamingo Hilton. It offers 2,000 riverfront guest rooms, 6 restaurants, and the fabulous entertainment in the comfortable Club Flamingo. From the biggest to the smallest, this is the cozy Regency Casino, a real hit with locals. This friendly spot features a dining room that specializes in prime rib and steaks, and its snack bar serves breakfast 24 hours a day. The Regency also has a lounge and popular piano bar with live entertainment. Follow the bright lights in the sky to the Edgewater Hotel Casino. The Edgewater offers 1,450 spacious guest rooms, many with a terrific view of the Colorado River. The Bountiful Buffet, 24-hour garden room restaurant, Hickory Pit Steakhouse, and Winner's Circle Deli feature great food at great prices. Look at this. It's the Colorado Belle, a 608-foot authentic replica of a 3-deck Mississippi paddle wheeler and an adjacent 6-story hotel, complete with enclosed courtyards, 2 swimming pools, and bubbling spa. Totaling over 1,200 rooms, many with superb river views, this 22-acre theme resort features fine dining and 3 gift shops. It's like a page out of the Old West. The Pioneer Hotel and Gambling Hall. Here you'll enjoy the food at the boarding house, fast draw snack bar, and Granny's Gourmet Room, famous for their special old-fashioned champagne brunch. The Pioneer boasts over 400 rooms, riverfront suites, 2 bars, and a swimming pool. From the moment you enter the Golden Nugget, you'll know you've arrived in paradise. A lush tropical rainforest greets visitors as they arrive to enjoy the best of Nevada-style action. Affordable dining is featured at the buffet, the River Cafe, or the Tropical Jane's Grill. There's exciting entertainment nightly in Tarzan's Lounge. Color, excitement, and friendliness greet you as you walk through the doors of the Gold River Resort and Casino. Affordable elegance waits in over 1,000 distinctive guest rooms and suites in the spectacular 25-story tower. An exciting array of choices are available in each of the Gold River's 7 themed restaurants. All aboard for Laughlin's railroad-themed resort, the Ramada Express. Here you can take a ride on an actual operating narrow-gauge passenger train, enjoy one of the more than 1,500 spacious rooms, and dine in one of the 4 fabulous restaurants. Don't miss the live music nightly at the Ramada Express. And rising high above the Colorado is the spectacular Harrah's Casino Hotel Laughlin. This luxury resort offers 1,658 rooms, 5 restaurants, 5 specialty bars, and lounge. Gaming action includes over 1,200 slot machines, Keno, 37 table games, race and sports book, and a poker room. A complete separate non-smoking casino is also a popular spot.
You couldn't have chosen a better place to relax and enjoy yourselves than here on the river.
This spectacular resort area is bursting with activities for everyone.
The Colorado River itself provides recreation for every level of activity.
Want some energy-packed fun? Get on a bathing suit and jump in the water, but don't forget your life jacket.
How about a watercraft rental? There are plenty of all styles and types.
Or, if you like your relaxation in a quieter mode, just board one of the river boats and watch the action from the comfort of a deck chair.
And talk about relaxation. You can't beat fishing. The river and lakes are loaded with bass and catfish.
Away from the river, you might check out one of the fine golf courses.
What? What a place. Now let's look across the river, across to Bullhead City, Laughlin's sister city, the fastest growing spot in Arizona.
Just north of Bullhead City is the Colorado River Museum with an historical look at the area in its many exhibits and displays.
One of the most popular attractions nearby is Lake Mojave, just a short trip upriver. Here you'll discover picturesque Catherine Landing and all the water sport you'll ever want. Hidden coves and sandy beaches line the water's edge.
On the west side of the river, Laughlin is bursting with progress and turning out to be quite a place in its own right.
Laughlin is brimming with residential areas, shopping centers, schools, and other services that a growing community expects.
Visiting Laughlin is a great experience, but living here is even better.
A&B Pawn can make a difference. They have a tremendous variety of new and used TVs, stereos, sporting equipment, and a complete musical department with some instruction available. See Don in the jewelry department for minor repairs and ring sizing. Visit the computer vault featuring IBM and IBM compatible computers plus tailor-made systems to meet your special needs. Instruction available in addition to free bulletin board service. The computer vault right next door to A&B Pawn in Bullhead City.
Every Saturday and Sunday, N1 gives you sports. Tune in on the weekends to enjoy a variety of sports shows and events. N1 has it all, from professional competition to leisure sports. Why watch anything else? We've got you covered on N1. Let us take you to the extreme and back again. We'll put a new spin on your weekend.
One of these beautiful rings has an appraised value of over $6,000. The other one costs less than $10. Which one is it? Well, this is a $6,000 ring, and this one sells for less than $10. Where? At Ring-A-Rama, the world's greatest ring store at the Riverside Resort. Over 7,000 rings, all under $10. It's a shopping experience. Self-serve, all the rings are out on display. You just pick them up and try them on. Genuine Austrian crystal and cubic Z sparkles so bright that only a professional jeweler can tell they're not real diamonds, rubies, and emeralds, all mounted in spectacular 14 to 24 karat gold overlay settings. Plenty of sterling silver, too. Ring-A-Rama Fun Finger fashions over 7,000 rings for you to pick up and try on, and every one less than $10. That's 50 to 80% less than Home Shopping's TV prices. Ring-A-Rama at the Riverside Resort.
Hello, I'm Don Howard with the Consumers Report for the Laughlin Experience. And today I'm at the Riverside Resort at one of the top tourist attractions in the area, the Watchman Store, a fabulous place, and who better to tell us about it than the Watchman himself, Mr. Ray Lindstrom. Ray, welcome.
Well, hi, Don. Gee whiz, it's nice to have you back in the store again. You haven't been here for a while,
I've been taking some trips.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of things have changed since the last time you were here.
Boy,
We're the world's largest watch store now, with over 9,000 watches, all under $20. Let me give you a tour. First of all, you're seeing right now some of our fabulous $13.97 watches. These are all fashion quartz watches. And now let me take you in the back of the store here and show you a few other things, too. Of course, we have Betty Boop, one of the most popular watches around. You know, of course, everybody loves Betty Boop.
Very
now, let me take you over here, and of course, you know, we have row after row after row of fabulous watches. Like, for example, these are watches values to $150, famous brands. You can get them for only $19.97. Right here in front of us, look at this fabulous selection of genuine diamond watches. All these have real diamonds in them.
Just beautiful.
They sell for up to $150 in regular retail stores. We sell them for $19.97. Now, let's take a walk right across the hall here. And I want to show you a few of these watches. For example, here are Armatrons. Look at that. Who has Armatrons for only $19.97?
The Watchman
Nobody,
does.
but the Watchman, that's right. Well, Charles Delon, famous watch name, values to $200, only $19.97. We have Indiglo style watches for $19.97.
These are beautiful.
Western watches.
These are just beautiful.
Here, multi-band, multi-bezel watches. It's like having 25 watches for only $19.97. And then, of course, who can forget Timex? Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking, one of America's greatest watches. Oh, and Don, you'll really like this. We just put this in. This is brand new. This is for people who love watches with animals on them, who love people who love animals. It's fabulous. It's called the Watchman's Menagerie. We've got watches with critters of the land, sea, and air here. Oh, man, every kind of animal known to mankind right here. Cats and dogs. We've got all kinds of farm animals. We've got zoo animals. You like lions and zebras and giraffes and elephants. We've got those. Zoo animals. Sea life. All kinds of porpoises and fishes. We got jumbo-size animals. It's the most amazing collection of animal watches you've ever seen, even going down to various breeds of dogs. Now, I've seen these in catalogs and department stores for as much as $60, $70, $80, but at the Watchman, we just sell them for only $13.97. Okay, and here's a place you can't miss. This is Stretch Band City. We've got a whole department here at the Watchman. These are expansion bands. Stretch bands fit everybody. Values to $85. Your choice, just $13.97. Don't miss Stretch Band City. And this is the perfect gift. This is our mini clock section here. We've got animals, cottages, various characters on clocks. Values to $89, just $19.97. Buy some for the folks back home. This is by far our most popular watch. This has 5 different bands and 6 different bezels. You know, the little circle that goes around the face. And I want to tell you, you get 30 different combinations with this, and it's just $19.97. Ladies love these. They can wear a different color with each outfit. You've got to see this watch.
Well, you've really done it this time. How many watches do you think you have in the store? About twice as many?
Well, actually, you know, we advertise 9,000 watches, but in reality, we probably have somewhere between 15 and 20,000 watches in the store, right here in Laughlin, Nevada. Fantastic, huh?
That's incredible.
I know.
Listen, the last time we talked, you had all these fabulous names. Do you still carry those big names in watches?
Still got the names, even got more names than that. I mean, we've got the Gruens, the Hellbros, the Gloria Vanderbilt. Let me show you what we have.
Like to see them.
Oh, yeah. These are fabulous watches, folks. For example, right here, the first two watches, these are Walthams. This is a Jules Jurgensen. Here are two very nice for ladies Armatrons. Look at this fabulous diver style watch. And of course, this is a Gloria Vanderbilt. Everybody likes Betty Boop. We were talking about her earlier. We have them 1997. Here are two Gruens, and then of course this beautiful gold nugget watch. And I want to tell you that all these watches are less than $20. These are all $19.97 because there's not a single watch in the store over $20.
Well, you know, there's something that bothers me. Now, you're talking about 1997. Now, I've been in stores where things are $13.98 and $14.92 and so forth. You always have a 7 on the end of your numbers. How come?
That's right. You know why? Because we're in a casino, and 7 is a lucky number.
That
so
figures.
You buy a watch from us, you go out in the casino, you win, right?
That figures. Okay. Now, you've talked about your 1997 watches, and they're just beautiful. And you mentioned a little earlier that you had 1397 watches.
Oh,
I'd like to tell us about
fabulous selection. Greatest bargains in America right here. Let me just show you a few of the fashion quartz watches that we have here, folks. For example, now look at this beautiful pearl watch. Look at this abalone watch. For you people that have a hard time seeing your dial like all of us do, there's a jumbo watch, nice, easy to read numbers. Here's a nice little enamel watch. This is a fancy cut crystal dial watch. Here with the gemstones. Aren't those beautiful? Oh, look at those nice gemstones for that bracelet. Here's a very pretty watch with a very pretty colorful band. We of course have genuine marcasite bands. Look at this colorful watch with all those beautiful CZs surrounding the bezel. And then of course we have a 2 time zone watch for those folks who live in 2 different time zones. You know, it's particularly good for Laughlin and Bullhead City. You know, you live across the river. You have a watch that has 2 time zones. Let me show you a few others that we have here. These are all, again, everything I'm showing you right now is $13.97. These are the greatest bargains in America. There are a lot of people that love cats. Look at the famous cat and mouse watch. Here's a picture of a cat. Here's a dog. We have all kinds of little doggy watches. Look at this cute little watch with the doggy's tongue coming out. Here are pigs. We have cows. We have all kinds of zoo animals. I've got a zebra right here, but we've got elephants and all kinds of things. And for you musical buffs, look at this. Watches with pianos. Here are 2 piano watches. A violin. Here's a watch with a saxophone on it. Here's a watch with a guitar on it. So if you have people that like music, these are perfect watches for them. Let me show you a few more. Occupations and various hobbies. Here's a bingo watch. Here's one for nurses with a stethoscope. Oh, I can hardly say that going around. Here's a bucking bronco for cowboys. For pilots, one with a propeller going around. For school teachers, here's an artist's watch. Here's a watch with scissors on it. Here's a picture of the continent of Africa. For golfers, for Christians and Jewish folks, and also we can't forget the watches for Christmas. We've got those, plenty of those right now, and these are all $13.97.
$13.97. Now this is Laughlin, Nevada, but if I went to Philly, if I went to New York, if I went to L.A., couldn't I get a better price?
No, you can't, because our reputation is such that we get the bargains from all the suppliers, and we have better prices than anybody. I don't care where they're from, big cities near outlet malls. Of course, you've seen one outlet mall, you've seen them all. But I want to tell you, we have the best prices at anywhere in the entire country, right here in this store.
Wow, and this is twice as big as it was before.
That's right.
Now, I noticed that people are milling around. I was in here earlier today before you and I had a chance to do this commercial, and a lot of people were shopping. How do you serve them all like that?
We don't. They serve themselves. It's all self-serve. They come in, they try them on. There's absolutely no pressure. They don't have any sales pressure whatsoever. This is a fun experience. We want you to spend a few hours here, enjoy yourself, and see everything we have. But it's all serve yourself.
Well, you could kind of call it a gift headquarters, too, couldn't you?
It is, and as a matter of fact, people come in August and they say, why are you playing Christmas music so early? And we say, well, don't forget, there are a lot of people who will not be back before Christmas. So therefore, we want to make sure that to remind everybody to do all their Christmas gift shopping while they're here. Because if you buy a Christmas gift for somebody from us for $20, when you go and you give it to a person, they're going to think you spent $100 because that's how good it looks.
Speaking of leaving, a lot of folks come from various places. Now, if I'm from Sibley, Iowa, how do I know that these are going to be guaranteed? Are they going to work for
Every
me?
watch is unconditionally guaranteed. We give you a guarantee. You send it back to us, and we'll fix it for you, or we'll send you your money back.
Give us the details on the hours and the location, would you, Ray?
We're open 365 days a year. It's right here at the Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino. We're on the very first floor, and I want to tell you, people can't leave Laughlin without seeing us. You know, like I say in my commercials, if you don't see us before you leave Laughlin, it's like going to Egypt and not seeing the pyramids. So come on by and see us. We're open every day, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Another consumer tip on the Laughlin Experience. Thanks for being with us. Don Howard here saying see you next time. Hi, and welcome back. Up next is the Entertainment Report. An update of what's happening along Casino Drive.
Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino will feature female impersonation at its finest in the Unbelievable Folly show in Don's Celebrity Theater. This double-taking showroom spectacular plays through Independence Day, with all shows starting at 7 p.m. And don't miss the Master of Mess, Gallagher, who'll play 2 big shows July 5th and 6th at 9 p.m. And you can line dance to live country music every Tuesday through Saturday in the Western Ballroom. The Flamingo Hilton Laughlin features Legends of Comedy in the Club Flamingo. Hosted by Bill Kirkenbauer, this show features some of the funniest impersonators in comedy today. Next, sliding into some great entertainment at the Edgewater, playing through Sunday, July 7th, is the Thompson Project. They'll take the stage in Kokopelli's from 8 p.m. until 1 a.m. The Colorado Belle is showcasing a new act to Laughlin in the Riverboat Lounge. The Brothers Owens play nightly from 8 p.m. until midnight. A little further down the tracks is the Ramada Express. There you'll find the Caboose Lounge, where Gigolo provides the entertainment from 7:30 p.m. until 1:30 a.m. through July 21st. Next, swing into Tarzan's Lounge at the Golden Nugget Laughlin. Stinger returns with a great selection of top 40 favorites, weekdays until 2 a.m. and Friday and Saturday until 3. The Gold River Resort Hotel Casino is home to a motherlode of entertainment in Cody's Saloon. Shara Richards is providing the country nostalgia with her tribute to Patsy Cline. Shows are at 7 and 8:30 p.m. And Barry Cunningham is back with his tribute to Neil Diamond. He takes his special patriotic theme to Cody's stage at 10 and 11 p.m. through Independence Day weekend. A great time every time can be had at Harrah's, where Perfect Choice plays through July 28th. They'll bring their brand of classic rock and country music to Club La Bamba with no cover or minimum. And the real deal can be found at a V, Then and Now, or in the Arrowhead Lounge from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. through July 7th.
That's our entertainment report for this week. Thanks for watching. Remember, all acts are subject to change, so you might want to contact the hotel.
Look out, America. Gallagher is coming to Laughlin.
1, 2.
It's the Master of Mess at Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino, July 5th and 6th in Don's Celebrity Theater. Yes, he's crazy, he's zany, he's the one and only Gallagher. Ask about our special room and show packages. For reservations, call 1-800-227-3849, extension 616.
You know, it's hard to believe, but right here in Laughlin, Nevada is the world's largest watch store. The biggest selection of famous name brand and fashion quartz watches at the lowest prices anywhere. Da-da-da-da! Hi, folks, I'm the Watchman, and now I've got twice the space and twice the watches in our huge new store on the first floor at the Riverside Resort. You'll see more watches than you've ever seen in your life. Over 9,000. 9,000, wow! And all under 20 bucks. With my connections in the jewelry liquidation business, I can offer these watches at virtual pennies on the dollar. You save up to 80%. Look at these names, the ones you know and trust. Here's a Timex. Here's some Walthams with real diamonds in them. Here's a Perry Ellis. Look at this Gloria Vanderbilt. What a sparkler. Lucien Piccard. Betty Boop. Everybody loves Betty. Here's a Gruen. Pierre Cardin. A Geneva Nugget watch. Wow, these are fantastic. These are watches that sold up to and over $100. We sell them for just $19.97. $19.97. Wow! These are giveaway prices. Nowhere else in the world, folks. Nowhere. And everyone is unconditionally guaranteed. Plus, see my massive displays of fashion quartz and sport watches. Row after row after row after row in every style, color, and size. Values to $80, just $4.97 to $13.97. Watches for school teachers, nurses, golfers, bowlers, tennis players, gamblers, and watches with pigs, cows, dogs, cats on them. Bill Clinton backward watches, ring watches, even talking watches. You name it, we've got it. And remember, there's nothing in my giant new store over 20 bucks. I don't care where you're from. The big cities near outlet and discount stores. Nobody beats my prices anywhere. There's no pressure. Nobody looking over your shoulder. The watches are out on display. You serve yourself. Look at them. Try them on. It's fun. This is not just a store. It's an experience. Come and see why both the Laughlin visitor and tour guide call us one of the tri-state area's top 10 tourist attractions. Of course, while you're here, you'll want to visit the Riverside and see Don Laughlin's classic car and antique slot machine collection, and then come and visit the world's largest watch store right here in Laughlin at the Riverside Resort. Okay, let's go. Follow me. The Watchman, now the world's largest, on the first floor at the Riverside Resort. Open daily at 10 a.m.
Hi, I'm Don Howard for the Laughlin Experience, and I'm here at one of the most exciting places in town. I'm in the Auto Exhibit Hall on the 3rd floor of the new tower of Don Laughlin's Resort Hotel and Casino here in Laughlin, Nevada. And we'd like to say hello to the curator in the exhibit, Mr. Mark Osborne. Welcome to our microphone, Mark.
Thank you very much, Don.
Listen, I'd like to have you show us around and show us some of the exciting exhibits you have here.
Love to. Let's go.
Before we take a walk, how many do you have now that you've added to the exhibit that was originally downstairs?
We have approximately 80 cars on property now.
Okay, let's take a walk and take a look.
Let's go.
We're at our first automobile. What is this one, Mark?
This is the 1937 Cord Speedster, but the neat thing about this car is this has a boat tail rear end, and we think there's only like 3 in existence right now.
Is that right? Now, as I understand it, the Cord Duesenberg people got into financial trouble sometime during their career.
The company name was Arbin Cord Duesenberg, which made the whole line.
It's still one of the most stylish automobiles ever to hit the street.
Oh, it's a beautiful car. In fact, let me open the door and while we're standing here and show you what the interior looks like. Now, the neat features of this car, obviously one is the boat tail rear end, but what was way ahead of its time, it was a front-wheel drive car. You know, we think of the cars today of front-wheel drive. Well, there was cars back in the 30s with front-wheel drive. And the retractable headlights also.
Well, we have a lot more to view, so let's take a walk and find something else of interest. Behind me, Mark, is one of my favorite automobiles of years gone by, the Packard. Now, what is the history behind this one?
Well, this is owned by the dictator of Argentina, which was his name was Juan Perón. Yes, and you know, he was came from the Nazi era.
That's right, and he wrote in that was his own private car. Now we have next to us here a Mustang of some consequence.
This one is a one of only car in the world. This is a 1965 Mustang that was custom built for the Goldfinger movie, but it never made it off the production line in time.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, and this car has got a lot of neat features in it. If we ever had time, we'd take and show you the console, the overhead console piece that has all the little trigger, you know, the knobs and the switches, all the tachometer and stuff in it. And then the motor was built by Carl Shelby for this car.
This was a James Bond special, huh?
That's right.
Okay.
All done in gold with gold interior insert.
Let's go to the next one. Well, here's a pretty special car.
Very special to Mr. Laughlin.
I guess so. What year is this?
It's a 1931. It's a Ford Roadster. Actually, it's a Ford Deluxe Roadster.
It's a Model A.
Yes, sir. And he's owned this car since the mid-'60s and had it totally redone at least 2 or 3 times.
Boy, it looks beautiful. Yeah. What do we have next here?
This is a 1970 Dodge Super B, and the color on this car is Plum Crazy, which was really popular back in those days, and it has the 446-pack, the big motor.
Oh, this is the big motor in this?
Yes.
Okay, moving on down now. This has a special significance because it is a convertible and it's a Camaro, right?
Oh, and it's not just the Camaro, it's a 1967 Camaro, which is the first year of the Camaro. Now, the rarity of this car is that this car has factory air, which very few convertibles came with factory air in '67.
It's a gorgeous car.
Yep.
Mark, you also have a big display of motorcycles here at the exhibit hall.
Yes, we do. We have Harley-Davidsons, we have Triumph, Indians, you name them.
And there's a gift shop available.
Yes, there is. It's got car collectibles in it and beautiful items that you'd like to take home as souvenirs.
Now, it's free admission. What are the hours?
The hours Sunday through Thursday is from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday to 11.
Well, we heartily recommend here on the Laughlin Experience that you do not miss this beautiful display in the Riverside. Come see it. It's on the 3rd floor of the tower. And we hope that you'll stick around because we have more exciting action coming your way in just a few moments. Thanks to you, Mark.
Thank you.
And we'll look for you in just a few moments.
Look at my handful of spectacular rings. This one looks like diamonds. Beautiful gold mountings. See the colors in these stones? And even sterling silver Southwest style. All these rings are different, but they have one thing in common. They're all less than $10 at the world's greatest ring store. Where's that? New York? Los Angeles? Nope. It's right here in Laughlin at the Riverside Resort. It's Ring-A-Rama, the fun finger fashion store. Over 7,000 spectacular rings on display, all self-serve. No jewelry cases here. The rings are all right out in the open. You just pick them up and try them on. It's a shopping experience. Dazzling cubic Zs, shimmering genuine Austrian crystal, mounted in 14 to 24 karat gold overlay settings. These stones sparkle so bright your friends will think they're the real thing. Only a professional jeweler can tell they're not real diamonds, rubies, and emeralds. Look out, people might think you're rich, and we won't tell if you won't. Just look at these beautiful rings, folks. Wow, look at those clusters. And wow, look at all those handsome men's rings. Look at those nuggets. And how about an initial ring? Don't forget, Southwestern style. And let me tell you, folks, it's pure sterling silver. Even a lucky 7 gambling ring. How could you go wrong there, gamblers? At Ring-O-Rama Fun Finger Fashions, every ring is less than $10. You'll find these elsewhere for up to $30, $40, and even $100 or more. QVC and Home Shopping Network charges 3 or 4 times our prices. If you're a visitor here, see, Ring-O-Rama is an absolute must. There's no place like this back home. Walls of beautiful rings for you to pick up and try on. Ring-O-Rama Fun Finger Fashions. 7,000 rings, all under $10. Ring-A-Rama at Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort.
TV2 KLBC, serving the tri-state area since 1989.
Look, at the Riverside. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
No, it's the Watchman.
Hi folks, I'm the world-famous Watchman here at my store at the Riverside Resort to protect you from evil high prices. Over 9,000 watches, all under 20 bucks. Wow, it's the world's largest watch store.
Famous brands like Gruen, Waltham, Armatron, Fabergé, Gloria Vanderbilt, and many others. Values $200 and over $100, just $19.97.
And it's all self-serve. There's absolutely no pressure. You pick them up, you try them on. It's a fun shopping experience.
Row after row of fashion and fun watches, values to $80, just $4.97 to $13.97. Wow!
And you buy with confidence. Every watch is fully guaranteed. Come and see why most of the tourist publications call us one of the top 10 tourist attractions in the area.
The world's largest watch store, The Watchman, at Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino. Open every day, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Howard on the Laughlin Experience, and you know, we have mentioned earlier in the program the Colorado River Museum, one of the top tourist attractions in the area, and we're visiting there today. And with us is Mr. Phil Starks, who is the curator, head operator here. And what other titles do you possess?
The vacuum cleaner and the restroom cleaner and everything else. I have a lot of volunteers that come down and help in the areas when I need them.
What caused the origination of the Bullhead City area?
The Bullhead City area was a little fishing area, and on these steamboats would call down the river here, which you can still see it in the lake, is a rock called Bullhead Rock, and the people who lived in Kingman and Chloride would say, let's go fishing down at the Bullhead. So that sort of stuck with this town. There was a few bars and a couple other things here at the time.
That Bullhead Rock you're referring to, that's buried now at the bottom of the lake.
No, it isn't.
Oh, isn't it? Is it not?
If you stand right directly in the center of the dam looking north, just a little to your left, you'll see the rock. And the reason why I say stand in the center, it gives the effect of the horn look. Now you got to realize that these people didn't have much to do back in those days, so you can tell sort of that the rock has a form of horns.
But it is underwater.
No,
oh, it's not underwater at all.
As a matter of fact, when the lake went up, it still shows probably a third of the rock.
How long have you been in this area? You look like the rugged pioneer type.
I've only been here 5 years.
What gave you the interest to get started in the museum?
I've always been interested in history, and this is just one of the facts that I graduated from Chouinard Arts Institute in Los Angeles, so my abilities to do some of the stuff around here came in handy.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to ask you to take us on a little tour and show us some of the interesting facts and interesting items that you have here in the museum.
Very good.
We'll be back with our tour of the Colorado River Museum right after these words.
Look at my handful of spectacular rings. This one looks like diamonds, beautiful gold mountings. See the colors in these stones? And even sterling silver Southwest style. All these rings are different, but they have one thing in common. They're all less than $10 at the world's greatest ring store. Where's that? New York? Los Angeles? Nope. It's right here in Laughlin at the Riverside Resort. It's Ring-A-Rama, the fun finger fashion store. Over 7,000 spectacular rings on display, all self-serve. No jewelry cases here. The rings are all right out in the open. You just pick them up and try them on. It's a shopping experience. Dazzling cubic Zs, shimmering genuine Austrian crystal, mounted in 14 to 24 karat gold overlay settings. These stones sparkle so bright your friends will think they're the real thing. Only a professional jeweler can tell they're not real diamonds, rubies, and emeralds. Look out, people might think you're rich, and we won't tell if you won't. Just look at these beautiful rings, folks. Wow, look at those clusters. And wow, look at all those handsome men's rings. Look at those nuggets. And how about an initial ring? Don't forget, Southwestern style. And let me tell you, folks, it's pure sterling silver. Even a lucky 7 gambling ring. How could you go wrong there, gamblers? At Ring-O-Rama Fun Finger Fashions, every ring is less than $10. You'll find these elsewhere for up to $30, $40, and even $100 or more. QVC and Home Shopping Network charges 3 or 4 times our prices. If you're a visitor here, see, Ring-O-Rama is an absolute must. There's no place like this back home. Walls of beautiful rings for you to pick up and try on. Ring-O-Rama Fun Finger Fashions. 7,000 rings, all under $10. Ring-A-Rama at Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort.
Welcome back to the Laughlin Experience. We're visiting the Colorado River Museum today, visiting with curator Phil Starks. Now, tell us about this piano that dates back a century or two here.
Well, it was built in 1859 as well. You can see the difference in the craftsmanship between the fort and the piano. It was built and shipped around the Horn on a schooner to San Francisco, and it belonged to a fire chief up there. And before the turn of the century, it came back around Baja and up the coast to up the river to Hardyville, and shipped on up to Kingman.
It's in beautiful condition. Let's find something else to look at. These look like headboards or headstones over graves. Is that right?
They're head markers from the Hardyville Cemetery, which are probably the only known existent that are around. There's 17 people buried up there. The last one buried up there was 1787.
Where is that cemetery?
Just above across the street from the Safeway Market, up on the hill above the Pizza Hut and the car wash.
Have they preserved the land, or is there something built over it?
Yes, it's maintained. We maintain it, and other Boy Scouts and different groups take care of it.
Well, let's move along over to these boats over here. Tell us about the boats and the personnel involved.
Well, the steamboats, this is Mr. Johnson I told you about, the joint venture with Mr. Hardy. He was the owner of most of these steamboats. The Mojave 2 was the largest. It was 149.5 feet long with almost a 32-foot beam on it. And it was 188 tons, but it only pulled 12 inches of water. So it could travel quite a ways. It never did come up as far as Fort Mojave because it was more of a down in Yuma.
Did they have the trouble with the sandbars that some of the boats do today?
Yes, when they ran into a sandbar, they would reverse the steamboat and paddle their way through the sandbar.
Well, Mr. Starks, I do want to thank you on behalf of everybody connected with the Laughlin Experience for allowing us to come in and take your time and have you show us through what briefly is just part of the museum. And we hope that everybody who watches this show will have enough interest to come over and visit you and go all the way through the museum.
Well, we appreciate that. Any visitors are always welcome, and they can find out more information about other things that are here.
There's no charge, just a donation.
That's right.
Thank you, Phil Starks. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more on the Laughlin Experience after this.
Folks, this is the Watchman. You've seen me flying through the air to protect you from evil high prices on famous name brand watches. In my world-famous store at the Riverside Resort, you'll find over 5,000 watches, including name brands, all less than 20 bucks. We're proud to be called one of the top 10 tourist attractions in Laughlin. And incredibly, now we're the largest watch store in the world. But you've asked for more. You say, where are the Seikos? Where are the Citizens? Hey, look, folks, I can work miracles, but I can't handle those for less than 20 bucks. But da-da-da-da, it's the Watchman to the rescue again. Visit our second location at the Riverside Resort called the Watchman Deluxe on the first floor in the new South Tower Casino. Here you'll find Seikos, Citizens, and other top name brands at the nation's absolutely lowest prices. Just take a look. Ooh, look at these nice Seikos. Here's a man Seiko, $450 value for only $249. The popular Seiko ladies watch. This is the Wave watch. Everybody likes this. $295 value for only $149. Beautiful Citizens. Oh, and this Daniel Mink. This is a Swiss watch, regularly $495, just $199 at the Watchman Deluxe. A Pulsar. Here's a nice Gucci for only $99. An Elgin. Oh, and for the musician in the family, wouldn't you like to have a nice guitar watch? Or for the biker, a biker watch. Now, how about something with diamonds in it? You like diamonds? We've got them regularly $200. Your choice, just $49. Somebody asked the question, are you an authorized Seiko dealer? Ha! Absolutely not. We're an unauthorized Seiko dealer. They would never authorize us to sell at these low prices. Remember, in our huge outlet store at the Riverside Resort, you'll find over 5,000 watches. Actually, more like 9,000 watches now, all under $20. But now, for Seikos and Citizens, get them at virtual giveaway prices at the Watchman Deluxe. Don't leave town before you come over and see why the Laughlin visitor calls the Riverside Resort the watch capital of the world. The Watchman Deluxe is on the first floor of the new South Tower. And remember, popular Betty Boop watches $49 everywhere else are just $29 at the Watchman Deluxe.
One of these beautiful rings has an appraised value of over $6,000. The other one costs less than $10. Which one is it? Well, this is a $6,000 ring, and this one sells for less than $10. Where? At Ring-A-Rama, the world's greatest ring store at the Riverside Resort. Over 7,000 rings, all under $10. It's a shopping experience. Self-serve, all the rings are out on display. You just pick them up and try them on. Genuine Austrian crystal and cubic Z sparkle so bright that only a professional jeweler can tell they're not real diamonds, rubies, and emeralds, all mounted in spectacular 14 to 24 karat gold overlay settings. Plenty of sterling silver, too. Ring-A-Rama Fun Finger fashions over 7,000 rings for you to pick up and try on, and every one less than $10. That's 50 to 80% less than Home Shopping's TV prices. Ring-A-Rama at the Riverside Resort.
Don Howard again. I'm here outside the newest and most exciting Western ballroom in the nation, and that's what it's called. The Western Ballroom. It's located on the second floor of the new South Tower of the Riverside Resort. And believe me, you're going to see some exciting action in the next few moments. It's very quiet right now. It's during the day. But at night, it's the most exciting spot in town, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But first, I'd like to have you meet the operations manager of the Riverside, Mr. Danny Laughlin. So let's go inside and meet him. Man, this is the most exciting, most elegant spot. I've been in the broadcast business for over 45 years, and I have never been in a nice spot like this. It is absolutely beautiful. Now, to tell us more about it, we'd like to have you meet, as we introduced a few moments ago, the gentleman who's the operations manager for the Riverside Resort, Mr. Danny Laughlin. I'd like to say welcome to the Laughlin experience, Danny.
Nice to meet you, Don. I've seen you on TV many times, and it's a pleasure to meet you in person.
Well, we have a lot of questions we have to have answered because, first I want to ask you, why all the interest in a Western ballroom?
Well, my father, his first love is ballroom dancing, and he's an accomplished ballroom dancer, and he's won many dance competitions. I
assume that he practices the terpsichore up here quite frequently?
Every evening.
Every night he's here. Well, he's got to be in good shape then.
This is his form of exercise. So
I can understand that. Now, there are other things about the building, about the room, that are really fascinating. For example, I see this hat that is probably the largest indoor hat I've ever seen. It's over the bar. It's a decoration. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we've been told that's the largest hat of its kind in a ballroom like this.
There's a lot of Western memorabilia here. That must have taken a lot of effort and a lot of time and money to supply you with all the things you have hanging on the walls.
Yes, Don. Our purchasing people went to several memorabilia auctions and antique stores and looked high and wide to find all the items that are in this room.
This dance floor is extremely huge, as the folks can see. Well, I can't assume how many people it holds. How many do you think it can hold at one time?
Well, I've been told that it'll hold up between 80 and 100 couples at one time.
Thank you, Danny, for this special interview and the special tour through the Western Ballroom to be seen exclusively on the Laughlin Experience. And before we go, tell me the hours of operation and what the entertainment is here in the ballroom.
Thank you, Don. We are open every night at 5 p.m. till the wee hours of the morning. At 5, we open with a Western video DJ, and it's between 7 or 8, depending on which night of the week it is, our live entertainment starts. We have very good Western bands in here, and the bands are live on Tuesday to Sunday nights.
Okay, and then there is a Sunday afternoon tea dance, is that correct?
Yes, Don. Every Sunday between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. We have ballroom dancing up here.
That's marvelous. Thank you so much, Danny, for being with us, and we'll be up to watch your work.
Thank you, Don.
I want to see you on the floor. And thank you for being with us on the Laughlin Experience and this tour through the Western Ballroom at the Riverside Resort. And we'll be continuing with more grand entertainment, so stay right where you are.
A&B Pawn can make a difference. They have a tremendous variety of new and used TVs, stereos, sporting equipment, and a complete musical department with some instruction available. See Don in the jewelry department for minor repairs and ring sizing. Visit the computer vault featuring IBM and IBM compatible computers plus tailor-made systems to meet your special needs. Instruction available in addition to free bulletin board service. The computer vault right next door to A&B Pawn in Bullhead City.
World's largest here in Laughlin? You bet! Da-da-da-da! Hi folks, this is the Watchman, and I'm proud to announce that our new location at the Riverside Resort is now the world's largest watch store. Twice the space and twice the watches. Over 9,000 and none over 20 bucks. Famous brands like Waltham, Gruen, Hellbros, Armatron, Timex, and others. Values to $150, just $19.97. $19.97! Wow! And every one fully guaranteed. Row after row of fashion quartz and fun watches. Values to $80, just $4.97 to $13.97. It's all self-serve. You pick them up and try them on. No pressure, no one looking over your shoulder. It's fun! Come and see why tour guide and the visitor call us one of the top 10 tourist attractions in Laughlin. This is the place to do all your gift shopping. Buy a watch from me for $19.97. They'll think you paid over $100. Don't leave town before you see the world's largest watch store. The Watchman, now on the first floor of Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino. Open daily at 10 a.m.
I'm Don Howard for the Laughlin Experience, and with me on the banks of the Colorado River is Sam Peterson. And Sam, you have a lot of mining experience, which we're going to be talking about, and you're going to give us a little sample of your work, but you are also associated with the Colorado River Museum. Could you tell us in what capacity?
Yes, I am. I'm one of the directors of the Colorado River Museum. I'm also in their Speakers Council. If anybody needs a speaker, well, I go out and tell them about the museum and the history of this area.
Mining was a pretty important part of the development of this area, wasn't it?
If it hadn't been for mining, probably this country wouldn't have been developed, because this is what really, first the soldiers came in and the steamships provided provisions for them, but later it was mining that was the main thing for this whole river and this whole area, was gold, silver. In fact, Mojave County had the largest mineral production of any county in Arizona in the 1890s.
Did it start along the river, or did it start up in the mountains, or in between, or what?
No, it started right up the river here at El Dorado Bar. Was the first gold was discovered in about 1864. And then from the bar, they followed the gold up the washes till they found the mine up there. The old Teachatacup mine was up there by a fellow, found it up there, and then he sold the claim to George Hearst, the father of William Randolph Hearst.
Oh, sure. Now, I understand that the burrows that are found so prevalent in this area now were responsible for a lot of the gold being found in this back in the gold mining days.
Yeah, when you're prospecting for gold, of course you need a pan and a pick and a shovel, and probably the most important piece of mining equipment is the burro. If you think about it, he was a miner's best friend, and if he was out in an area and couldn't find water, he'd turn his burro loose and the burro would find water. And if the burro drank the water, well, then he knew it was safe for him to drink.
I was going to ask you, how in the world, what did he do, stand and paw over a rock pile? Or
Yeah, well, if you watch them there and up here, if you go up here in the Black Mountains, you'll see areas in these washes where burros have pawed, and they pawed right down till they get water. And of course, burro, you always turned him loose at night so he could feed, and the next morning you were always looking for your burro when you got up. Well, one of the cases was old Henry Wickenburg over here. He was headed for the Rich Hill area up Antelope Creek, over on the Hazayamp, and he got up one morning and the burro was wanting to go south, and Henry wanted to go north. So he reached down and he picked up a rock and he bounced it off of the burro, was going to bounce it off to get his attention. Well, he missed and the rock broke, and Henry went over to pick it up to get his attention again, and he looked at it, and where it broke, it was just laced with gold, and that's how they found the Vulture mine. So if he hadn't had the burro, he wouldn't have found the gold mine.
Yeah, well, it was his day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to ask you to give us a little sampling of how a pan works. You say there's something different about mining with a pan.
It goes way back in history. The pan that you see developed like this today was developed by the Georgians in Georgia in about 1832. And this is a standard pan, 16-inch. The miner used either a 16 or a 20-inch pan. And the reason they use such a large pan, because the amount of material you move is the amount of gold that you'll get. So this pan, when it's full, will hold 20 pounds. And a good panner can pan 100 of these a day, or a ton of material.
We'll be back for more with Mr. Sam Peterson, and he'll give us a lesson in gold panning in just a few moments. Don't go away. Hello, I'm Don Howard. I'm in one of the finest restaurants in the West, the Gourmet Room in the Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino in Laughlin, Nevada. This is dining at its finest. Just look at that view. Every table overlooks the beautiful Colorado River. This is gracious dining at its best. Prepared under the supervision of renowned chef Henri Rieu. Henri, you are a true Frenchman.
Absolutely. I came from the south of France, from Marseille, sir.
Oh, Marseille?
Yes, sir.
Would you tell us about some of the items on your menu?
Well, we got a food for almost everybody, from Chateaubriand, rack of lamb, duck, elk, abalone,
and several
bouillabaisse.
Surprises from time to time.
And for surprise, sometimes make some paella, and we get... Lately, I think we're going to have some ostrich in the menu.
All right.
I hope they're going to like it.
What are they doing at this table over here?
Well, right now, the gentleman is doing some Café Diablo, which is a coffee with 7 kinds of liquor, and very strong.
What about your wine list?
We got a very fine wine list. Wine from France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Portugal, and of course, wine and champagne from California.
Well, thank you for visiting with us, Henri.
Thank you very much.
For ambiance, for spectacular view, for the finest dining in the West, it's the Gourmet Room at Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort Hotel and Casino. Call for reservations. Back with Sam Peterson, mining expert extraordinaire here on the Laughlin Experience. And we're going to get a lesson right now in panning for gold, and we are literally on the banks of the Colorado River, and you're up to your pistol pockets in water, so why don't you tell us what you're doing?
Well, we're prepared to pan some gold here. This is some concentrate. It's been screened as all out of a mining claim just east of here. The same kind of gravel you could dig out of the Colorado River here and probably get a little color. This pan, when it's full, will hold about 20 pounds. And we'll put it down in the water here and do a little panning. This here is actually a gold pan, but what it is a concentrator. It concentrates the material in the pan by its specific gravity.
While you're doing that, Sam, why don't you give us a little history about the bartenders and how they used to charge for drinks in the old wilderness saloons?
Well, in the old days, the bartender, when you went in to get a drink, why, a pinch of gold was a shot of whiskey. And, of course, they always got a guy about my size with a big hand. He always had greasy hair, and he'd run his hand through his hair, and he'd reach in, and when he took his pinch of gold, he got his money's worth.
He took the pinch out of your pouch, okay.
Right out of your poke.
Now, you are mixing that all up. You're running around, running water through all that gravel with your hands.
Now, that's the most important part. One thing, everything has to be wet in order for the gold pan to operate right. And the second thing you want to do, you want to make sure you're breaking up any clay. Because if you have clay in your pan, it's a gold robber. It's just like having a wad of chewing gum in your pan, and as you've taken, you wash your pan around, and if you've got clay in there, it'll just roll around, pick up all your fine gold, and then when you cast off, goodbye gold. So you want to make sure you got everything broken up.
You know, with the stance that Sam has here, he could be the model for some kind of coin panning for gold right here in the Colorado River.
It normally, a 20-pound pan takes about 4.5 minutes if you know how to do it, but it's just like golfing or fly fishing or doing camera work, there's a few tricks to them, and I'll show you.
It's the technique, right?
That's the technique. It's really an art. They call it the art of gold panning. Usually down here, a lot of people, they get their pan up here and they try to pan like this. Why, pretty soon their arms are about to fall off and their back's about to break. So what you want to do is you want to put it down in the pan that actually floats in the water. Keep it low in the water. Okay, now you get down to about here, and this is where the speed comes. You want to tip your pan up and hold it about this angle. Hold this hand tight, do your rotation with your right hand. And as you do this, the material in the pan is going counterclockwise. And what happens when you're doing it counterclockwise, the gold being heavy, tries to climb the pan, it can't, and it stops. Your black sand comes up and stops. Your garnets will come up and stop. So instead of having it by all mixed up in here, you're going to have it by specific gravity across the pan, all the gold be in one spot right over here. And I'll show you what I mean.
Listen, I think this is where the chiropractic art got started too, with all the bending you have to do.
See, you never put any water over where you concentrate. You always slough off of this side here, like this. Hopefully we got some gold in there. This material was not salted. It came off of my claim, and sometimes you get quite a bit of gold, sometimes you don't get very much, but you always get some.
You have a claim here in the area?
Yes, I have a claim here in the Black Mountains, and it has some very good placer gold and also some lode gold.
What's the difference between placer and lode?
Well, a lode gold is when you find gold out here in the vein. You have to go out and you have to drill, you have to blast, you have to hoist, crush it, and process it. Where in placer gold, Mother Nature's done all that for you, and all you have to do is just get your pan, put some dirt in it, and pan it out.
Well, let's see. We're running out of time here, so let's find out how we did and see if we got any gold in the bottom of that pan.
Yeah, there's some gold here. I saw it a minute ago.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This darn waves here. Oh yeah, this got some nice gold. You pop your pan down, there's your gold.
Oh, certainly, you can see that, and we're going to pan in on that so you can see the gold in the pan. Sam Peterson, we certainly want to thank you for your endeavors in helping us understand the art of gold mining even more here on the Laughlin Experience. And best of luck to you in your future mining endeavors. I know you have a lot of fun at it, and let's hope it's profitable too.
Okay, even if it isn't profitable, I'm having a good time doing it.
All right, Sam Peterson being with us today on the Laughlin Experience. We have lots more to share with you, so don't go too far from the television screen.
Hi folks, this is the Watchman. You've seen me flying through the air to protect you from evil high prices on famous name brand watches. In my world famous store at the Riverside Resort, you'll find over 5,000 watches, including name brands, all less than 20 bucks. We're proud to be called one of the top 10 tourist attractions in Laughlin, and incredibly, now we're the largest watch store in the world. But you've asked for more. You say, where are the Seikos? Where are the Citizens? Hey, look folks, I can work miracles, but I can't handle those for less than 20 bucks. But da-da-da-da, it's the Watchman to the rescue again. Visit our second location at the Riverside Resort called the Watchman Deluxe on the first floor in the new South Tower Casino. Here you'll find Seikos, Citizens, and other top name brands at the nation's absolutely lowest prices. Just take a look. Ooh, look at these nice Seikos. Here's a man Seiko, $450 value for only $249. The popular Seiko ladies watch. This is the Wave watch. Everybody likes this. $295 value for only $149. Beautiful Citizens. Oh, and this Daniel Mink. This is a Swiss watch, regularly $495, just $199 at the Watchman Deluxe. A Pulsar. Here's a nice Gucci for only $99. An Elgin. Oh, and for the musician in the family, wouldn't you like to have a nice guitar watch? Or for the biker, a biker watch. Now, how about something with diamonds in it? You like diamonds? We've got them regularly $200. Your choice, just $49. Somebody asked the question, are you an authorized Seiko dealer? Ha! Absolutely not. We're an unauthorized Seiko dealer. They would never authorize us to sell at these low prices. Remember, in our huge outlet store at the Riverside Resort, you'll find over 5,000 watches. Actually, more like 9,000 watches now, all under $20. But now, for Seikos and Citizens, get them at virtual giveaway prices at the Watchman Deluxe. Don't leave town before you come over and see why the Laughlin visitor calls the Riverside Resort the watch capital of the world. The Watchman Deluxe is on the first floor of the new South Tower. And remember, popular Betty Boop watches $49 everywhere else are just $29 at the Watchman Deluxe.